That was my last question. So where can people find you?
Like social media and stuff. Okay. I was like, well, my location is private, but no, I'm just joking. Hi, my name is Jade Taylor. I'm a tattoo artist. I've been tattooing for 3 years now. I was born in 98, so I'm a 90s baby. I'm also a Sagittarius. I love food and I love art, so we'll probably be talking about a lot of that. I normally call myself a tattoo therapist because it's not just like tattooing, but like the whole time through the whole session, we're going back and forth talking about really anything that we need to get off our chest and just need to talk about. It's just a safe space and there's a lot of time for us to go back and forth, so a lot of things like get uncovered. Honestly, I was about to go work at Quicken Loans, pretty much where you take calls all day, but I didn't get the job. Told my dad and like all my friends that I did get the job because I thought I did, and it was just a little embarrassing. So I had a tattoo machine that I haven't played with or touched at all, and it just motivated me to use it because I was like, oh, I don't want to tell him I didn't get the job, but I'll just tell him that I decided I want to be a tattoo artist instead. I like put all my time and energy into it, and it just popped off. And it was also during the pandemic. Everybody got into all their interests during that time, so it was just easy for me because I had money and I had time, and everybody else also had money and time, and just let me practice on them a whole bunch, so it worked out. At first, some of them were like a little upset because they weren't sure if it was gonna be like a secure job for me, and I was going to get a really secure job, so at first they were just unsure, but I was showing everybody how much I loved it and also how consistent it was and how much money I was making, so they couldn't really deny it. And honestly, a lot of people were really happy for me after I uncover what potential I had with it. So my tattoo name is Jadebug Tattoos. It used to be Jadybug Tattoos, but I actually had an incident where someone like hacked my accounts. So I literally had to switch my name to Jadebug, and now everybody in my family calls me Jada, and my name isn't even Jade anymore. So yeah, it's like a whole nother personality for me. I thought that my whole tattoo career was over when that happened, honestly, and I totally just like let it go for a second because it was upsetting me that I lost all my content and all my followers and all that stuff. Honestly, I had so much people supporting me. I already had so much word of mouth that I was already my own thing. I was able to rebuild myself back up very fast. Depending on if I have a client or not, I go off of what they're interested in first, and then I will go about it in a way that I'm also interested in it, so we can combine a way to where it will make sense for me and make sense for them. So I'll like draw up their idea and then send them pictures of what I have, then I'll print everything out, trace it up, then I use stencil transfer and I put it on the body and so they can see it in real life. It usually takes like a few tries to do the stencil process. That's honestly like the hardest part about it, but once I get the stencil on good and we both like where it's sitting, everything goes like really smooth from there. Being a tattoo artist kind of was just like a random thing that happened for me one day. It was never really something that I thought about. Like it really just like snapped and happened and made sense. So I really don't have anyone that I've went off of, but necessarily I'm like kind of just like going with the flow type of thing. But I do have people that I do pay attention to that help motivate me a lot. So. Oh, that's a hard question. I probably have like 10 good ones that I'm like in love with. The type of style I really love is cyber realism. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. And it's just like really thin, sharp, dainty lines, like kind of like a mythical fairy vibe. A lot of my favorites, I went through this phase where I really like to do like fairy wings on people's backs to kind of give them like their own set of wings. That was something I was going through for like 3 months. I kept getting clients that just like all wanted wings. I also am really into like the tramp stamp area. That's like one of my favorite places to tattoo just because the area is so nice. I love how the tattoo ends up looking afterwards and just like how it looks in clothing as well. Probably like a dark fairy pixie vibe because I really like dark tattoos, and I also really like a sharp, girly, whimsical vibe all at the same time. I feel like that's a pretty good gist of the vibe I'm working with. I'd say like it's really more about the placement that's hard than like the actual piece. Like anything on the neck is really hard just because the skin, like if you go to touch your neck, like it's not as soft as the rest of your body. The ribs are really difficult to work with because it's like so bouncy. There's like a lot of extra loose skin on your ribs. I'd say the easiest spots are the arms, legs. Backs are nice too because they're such a flat area, but yeah. I would tell them that confidence is key. Confidence is everything when it comes to tattooing. If you don't feel like you can do it, then you won't be able to do it. But if you give yourself enough confidence, even if it's not real, say if it's just fake confidence, you will get through it. That is something that is like the hardest part about this. It's very nerve-wracking to give someone something that's permanent on their body, and if I don't understand a drawing, I just won't do it. Everybody in this place called the kitchen, they all have their own little things that they're into, and I honestly want to get into all of them. There's some clothes designers, photographers, there's a lot of modeling in here, music that I want to also get into. Other than that, I'm really into cooking, eating, and then also painting. I love to paint. I actually started with painting. I'm into poetry. My mom is a poet, so she's always writing poems all the time. Like that's all she does in her spare time is just always writing poems. So she kind of motivates me. She's probably my favorite poet. I've always told her that I want to write a book with her, like she write the poems and then I'll draw the pictures to the poems. So that's something that I want to make like ASAP. When someone is flirting with me, they try to come get a tattoo from me. It's definitely a ick for me when people are coming to me and flirting with me consistently and then they come and try to get a tattoo from me, and then that just leaves me feeling more uncomfortable than I would as if it was just a client, someone treating me with respect, because respect is very important in this space because we both need to be comfortable. Also, a lot of times I'll have guys that don't have any tattoos and then they'll want a sleeve and they'll be like, how much for a sleeve? And I'm like, I don't necessarily know what you want on the sleeve, so it's kind of hard to just give you a price for just a sleeve. They don't have no connection to the art. They just kind of want me to think of all of it, but it's like, I don't know you like that to be painting your whole body. Some people just want other people's art on them, and I think that's fine, but sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's like they just want to be tatted right now, so. I'm obsessed with like fairies and their type of living space. Like I feel like everybody can get a gist of like how a fairy would live. They're just like so mythical and beautiful, covered in flowers and plants and trees. I would just live in nature. I'm sure there's like a place out there that is exactly what I'm thinking of. It would be outside, a waterfall, butterflies and birds flying everywhere. Well, I'd say the upcoming plans and goals. There's about 12 of us, which is a lot of people to all like get to know and build a relationship with. So honestly, that's a big goal of mine to get into that. The kitchen means to me just a free creative space to be yourself, which is beautiful. I've never had access to something like that. I have been in creative spaces, but they've never been this free. Here it's like I can be wholeheartedly myself. I can dress however I want. I can make whatever type of art I want. I can have any interest I want and I'll be supported through it. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't here, so I love that. Honestly, that's a hard question, but right off the top of my head, probably Leah. I really want to get into sewing and making clothes, and I feel like she has it down to the T. Some of the things that I've seen her make, just even like in a day or two, it blows my mind. I want to collab with everybody, honestly, but first comes to mind was her, so. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I love tattooing Sam. Well, the first person I've met out of everybody here, she actually got me into all this. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be here, so I really appreciate her. Love her. Out of everyone in the kitchen, I think I've tattooed 3 or 4. TT got a scorpion on her hip. Sam has a few things for me. I probably am not going to remember them all off the top of my head, but we just did one on her yesterday. It was like a bow on her leg that was a matching one to the other side that we did about a year ago. So now she has 2 bows on her thighs. She has a swirl up here. And then she has finger tattoos on both hands. I did 2 on Leah. She has one on the back of her ear from me in red ink. Also another red ink, a needle and thread going up her whole arm, and it's like an abstract needle and thread kind of thing, so it looks really cool on her. And then Adrian, I just tattooed him last night. He got Save the World in like typewriter font on the back of his neck, which was cool. Brotherly, he got stars on his chest, and it was like 5 stars, but only 4 of them were filled in, so he was like saying he's a 4-star type dude, I guess, so. My Instagram is normally how I talk to all my clients, which is under Jade Bug Tattoos. Snapchat is under Jade Bug Tattoos. My Facebook is Jade Taylor, but it's kind of hard to find me on Facebook, so you might not be able to find me on there, but peace. Thank you.